Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about working with images in Wick Editor. And it's not as simple as you think. Adobe Animate, you can crop images and write in Animate. But this, you get around it because you're experts at Photopea now. So let's take a look at this. What I did is I went and I just Google searched for an image. So I found one that was okay, one that of a skier going down, and one that I thought that I could animate pretty easily, okay? And that they've got good form too. And so I brought that image into Photopea. This you already know. And you also know how to crop that image out. So we've got it cropped out in Photopea. And I'm going to actually take this, and I'm just going to delete this layer. I think that's optional, but and I'm going to click on the crop tool, and because I want to save this image as a PNG. But let's get rid of all this extra space around, so I'm just going to crop it down, okay? Just to that size. It's going to end up not being very big. I've cropped it, and I can either double click or just hit enter on my keyboard, and I've cropped it down. Okay, so I want this skier to be transparent, so I'm just going to save it as a PNG. So if I go File, Export As, and then PNG right there. So we go PNG. And so quality, sure, you do 100 or 80 or something like that. Format PNG, I think that we are set. And there's our width and everything. Sometimes when you're saving stuff as PNG, you get the option to keep your background as transparent, but it looks like for this one, it looks like it's the default. So I'm just going to go hit save, and then you see it just automatically downloaded to my downloads folder. So we got skier.png. Okay, so now let's go to Wick Editor. Okay, I got a new blank screen. If I go to my, I got my my title here is skiing. My background color, let's change that to like nice like sky blue because we're skiing outside. Okay, and so I'm doing it at 720 again. That's fine. So there's my document. Let's create our background first. Our document is only going to be oh, do we have it at? I do have it at 24 frames a second. Okay, so we're only going to make this thing like a second and a half. But let's make our graphic. So I'm just going to my brush here. I'm just going to let's make our mountain tops in the background here. There's that one, and then we have another one. Actually, we're going to make our ski hill first. So just going to I'm just going to go sliding down the hill, and then down here, and then up here. It's off the screen, and so like when you make your movie, anything that's off the screen is just going to be off the screen, right? And so we're gonna let's just make our mountains in the background here, our mountain, because it's just like we're like skiing in the Alps or something. And go, and then another one, and then there's the one. Oh, my mouse. I ran out of room on my mouse. Why isn't it doing that? Let's try it from this direction. There we go. Okay. So now let's fill in. It's going to go to my paint can, and we're going to do all the areas that are going to be white. We'll take care of them first. There we go. Please, there we go. I think it's a little slow because I'm recording at the same time. I'm also uploading some other files to YouTube right now, so it's probably slowing things down. All right, and then we'll do the gray because the mountains are gray. Near. Oh, maybe, is it lagging? There we go. Hey, there we go. Okay, so we've got our background, okay? And so now, this is just our background scene. It's going to It's not going to be edited at all. Like I'm not going to animate it at all. So I'm just going to, let's make it just like 2 seconds here. Okay. So I'm going to drag that out to 48, which is 2 seconds. Let's make our new layer. And we're going to bring that to the top. And we're just going to bring the skier in. How do we bring the skier in, you ask? Well, this asset library over here, okay? What you can do here, if I were to click on this, it's got some pre-canned stuff that you can import it. It works, like you got some buttons where you can make things interactive, that type of thing. And some like canned sounds as well. I'm blip and beep, and that's it. Well, we should take a look at those later on. But right now I want to upload my skier. So let's just go grab it. And that's the version of the original. That's the JPEG. But now there's my cropped PNG. And I'm just going to open that. And now we've got that. So let's make a place for it to go. Otherwise, we don't want it to put it into our background. We've got to give it a place to go. And we're just going to drag over the skier. Hey, it worked. This is exciting. Okay, so we've got our skier here. Obviously, it's backwards. So what happens if I just do that? I'm just going to flip him the other way. And we're going to make it smaller. Now, oddly enough, just like in Photoshop, you can see how you can squish them or make them short or something. If I were to hold down my Shift key, it will keep it proportional. Now, however, watch out. I held down the Shift key while I was like this, so it's keeping it proportional like that. Make sure you hold down the Shift key at the beginning, or actually, I'm just going to put it back. Now I hit the Shift key, and it keeps it proportional. So that's kind of a fancy trick. He's going to start off screen, okay? And then we're going to animate, just bring it there. We're going to tell the computer that we're going to animate. So we want to add our first tween to the very beginning while he's at the top of the hill. Then later on in time, going to give it plan B. We're going to give it a place for it to go. So it starts at frame 1. He's at the top of the hill. Frame 48, the end, is at the bottom of the hill. Okay. There we go. And so I think that's all it is. So let's see. There. Okay. So doing something like this is a great option if you say you don't think that you're a very good drawer. Well, use an image instead. Okay. You know how to use Photopea. So it just kind of expands your options. Okay. Have a good day.